Welcome back to A Tale of Wizards and Bribes, where we play Dungeons and Dragons in the Blood Bowl universe. Over here to my left we have Allard, our DM. My bottom left we have Nufmi, a fellow player, and underneath me here we have Sheepdog playing Glurk the Barbarian. And later during this session we'll be joined by Caffeine Princess, who'll be playing a new character. Okay.
Cool stuff.
What do you have in store for us, Allard?
Well, last session we kind of finished up the last story arc, which had our heroes going to a grave of a worshipper of Khorne, because Khorne wasn't being fair and he was getting involved in the match of the Lancer Shield against the Unchained. And you guys went to the grave to make sure that Khorne's influence weakened and that it was a fair game. And you succeeded. You managed to destroy the spirit of the worshipper of Khorne, who stayed in the temple, and with that, Khorne could no longer have an impact on the game, and Lancer Shield won, destroying the Unchained team quite a bit. What I propose is that today we're going to go over a long period, at least at the start of the session, and maybe we'll get through it and we'll get to after the time skip. But there's going to be a period of about 2 months that we're going to go through. And I've got a few bullet points which we're going to go over. And the interesting ones we'll just role play through them. And if there's no interesting ones, we'll be done really, really fast.
Okay. Time to grow our beards.
Yes.
Well.
Yeah. Okay. So the things that happened during the time skip. So it's about 2 month period that we're going to go through. One thing that has happened is that that railway tracks have been built across most of sovereign Ostland. So there were actually already railway tracks in much of the northern part of Ostland, and now they've started constructing them in the southern part as well. Now, trains are not really something that, you know, exists very commonly in the Warhammer universe, but yeah, in Ostland they've kind of been showing up for first. And I don't know if you guys, if your characters are very involved with technology and machines and all that sort of stuff. But it's exciting, obviously. Hey.
Hey, Pip.
Let's wave.
Hello.
Hey, Pippa.
It's Allard.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Pippa, trains are in the world now. There are trains.
Pip, I can't hear you.
Hello. Sleep well.
Sleep tight.
Trains, huh?
Yeah, that was cute. So yeah, there's trains now. I mean, do your characters care about the fact that there's trains now, or are you like, well, whatever?
I have a phantom steed. I don't care for trains.
Fair enough.
I'm not so much with the technology and.
Are they a dwarven thing?
Yeah. The dwarves have played a big part in creating them. I don't know if Siegfried goes and looks into it much more, but the people working on the tracks are mostly humans and dwarves. All right, I'll move on because there's lots of other stuff. So, during the period of time, Galen, which is the guy that Glurk is working for, and Galen, which is who you are working for,
Yeah.
and Tyron, who Glurk is working for, have been working together well. And Grookney's fortune has been growing very powerful over this period of time. And Galen's influence has also increased quite a bit. So,
Are you getting any kickbacks?
I mean, you guys have earned 3,000 gold each, so yeah.
I mean, we were done. We're not freelancers, dude.
I'm going to
No,
retire.
I mean the 3,000 gold is kind of what you've earned. A lot of the gold you earned during your expedition, but you know a good part you've also earned in this period of time that has passed.
So we get the impression that Galen von Raukov, the owner of the team and the lord of this region, doesn't have any issues with working with the crime lord then.
Well, at first he didn't really like the idea, and he was a bit like Galen has told you in the past that he had at once tried to exterminate crime from Risset, and he had basically discovered that it was something that just didn't work. When he got rid of one crime lord, another one would show up. So he's kind of just accepted the fact that there's always going to be someone in charge of that
Better
sort
the
of
evil
stuff.
you know, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
evil.
Dull as a doorknob. Same difference.
I mean, how can something so evil be so good, right? So or so beneficial.
Ooh.
All right. So I mean, that's good to know for you guys, but I don't think it's really worth delving into further. So Alexei is at this point considered as much as the coach as Limerick, who is the actual coach of the team. But Limerick has turned around on the leaf and has been more involved, and has at times displayed good coaching ability. So it's changed a little bit with Limerick. I mean, at first when you guys kind of showed up, he didn't really do much of anything.
Did he
But-
get rid of the sunglasses? That's the
No.
only thing.
No, he still has those.
Yeah, you can tell that Siegfried's approach to, or his attitude towards Limerick has also changed for the positive.
All right.
So yeah, it looks like for the time being, Limerick is still with the team. Tanner, who is the guy that you guys picked up from the village when
Yeah, the guy with
Yeah,
the injury.
yeah.
Right?
Your fellow cripple.
Yeah, he has stayed on to help train the team, and he's also been a good part with helping things get better. Walcott, which is of course the very
The
cute
Tiffany.
student
Max Siegfried, being trained by a bard.
Yes, indeed. He's training to become a great wizard by a bard. And it's going very well for him because he's now roughly a level 2 wizard, which
Of
is,
course.
considering that he's just a kid, is quite an
Dangerous.
achievement.
That's all
Also
thanks to my
dangerous.
wonderful didactic abilities.
Mm.
If this kid could fireball somebody by the age of 16, that's not something to be proud of.
Well, there's no doubt that Siegfried is a great teacher and an amazing role model for children. So,
Yeah, there's a sentence we never thought we'd hear.
yes.
Next thing
So-
he's going to say is that the clerk might have actually graduated.
On his off days, Glurk teaches anger management.
It usually ends with, I'd like to rage now.
I just imagine Glurk talking to someone and then all of a sudden saying, "You what? You what?" and just getting angry. All right. Cool. So let's see. Where were we? Ah, yes. So now we're moving on a bit to what's been going on with the players of the team. So there was this guy called Clifford Peters, and
Oh, we hate him.
yeah, he thought himself to be really something, and he was basically kind of like the star player before you guys got all those new players, which were better than
So
him.
wait. In a really bad team,
He was the
least
best.
worst.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
And so he was making a bit of trouble, trying to rile the other players up that, these new players shouldn't be running things. And then in the second game, he got killed. So that storyline is now over.
I assure you that at the moment it happened, Alexei attempted to look sorrowful. Or
After
mournful.
you told him to get in front of that big guy.
I told him to stop it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the big guy was he didn't have the ball, but he looked aggressive and needed to be stopped.
Yeah, someone had to stop him. And
Clifford stopped him with his face.
Yeah, Clifford did stop him. Yeah, for a little while at least.
A turn or two.
Yeah, so not much later, the same treeman or whatever decided to walk over Bernd as well, another guy on the team who didn't really do much in the past.
I do mourn Bernd because he made excellent macchiato.
Yes. We'll have to do without that though, or someone else will have to learn that skill, because he's dead now, and that's a shame. But yeah. And Hobo Herman, who was another guy on the team, got injured in the fifth game.
Journeyman, what can you do?
Yeah, it happens. It happens. And in the last game, another player which you hired to replace all the players who had died also got killed, fractured his arm and retired. But
he played like one game and retired.
So I picture us talking about this one night and saying, "So yeah, we're really lucky we didn't lose any of the good ones."
Yeah, you've actually been coaching pretty well. You've had your linemen kind of just being against the really dangerous opponents, and your positionals are all safe, doing their job.
Rule of 5.
Yeah. So realistically, we just keep hiring cannon fodder.
I mean,
okay, yeah. I'm good.
Sounds like a Bretonian team.
Well, I mean, you have quite a few good players, so yeah.
More than any human team has any right to, so we're good.
Yeah.
What we need though is a claw bomb.
What?
Someone with access to claws would be very helpful.
What is it with you and claws, dude?
Claws are really, really good can openers, and there's a lot of tin cans on the field.
Wait, I think that's a metaphor.
Yes. So everyone has been improving on the team. The ones that didn't die, and surprisingly enough, the one who's really improved the most is Bill the Beggar. He's gotten to the point.
The guy I pushed so hard in the beginning. Yeah, it's actually working.
Yeah, he's really trying his hardest. So Bill, when you guys started with the team, he was incredibly bad. One of the worst players. And now he's all right. But I mean that's a huge improvement.
Yeah. I'm proud of Bill.
Good for him.
Good for Bill.
You're going places, Bill.
He can be considered an athlete now, which he couldn't before. Before he was some guy who was there as well.
Be asking yourself is, if Bill the Beggar was like, I don't know, a guy who couldn't catch a ball, and he turned into a guy who can catch a ball, he improved a lot.
Yeah, that's basically what happens. Yeah.
So he's not really an asset.
So now he's useful in more ways than just putting him in front of someone who's going to kill him and just keeping.
He's better than the cannon fodder now.
Yeah,
that's something.
That's working your way up.
I expect great things of him.
So, and the last part about how Leinster Shield has been doing. Leinster Shield has won 6 of the 8 games that it's played, and the other 2 have been a draw and a loss.
Who beat us?
I hadn't rolled that yet, but I can. Hold on.
Yes, because that team needs to be defeated next time.
3
grudges.
It's what makes the world of sport.
All right. So let's see. It was you guys were beaten by a team called Transgression, which is a human team. They are famous mostly for the fact that they have incredibly beautiful cheerleaders, but they're also a strong team outside of that, obviously, because if they just had good cheerleaders, they would just, die.
I'm putting them on my kill list now. I mean, must you just put it out?
Yeah. Yeah. When you guys, when you played against them, you also noticed that they had they were a human team, but they had one orc on their team as well, who was very familiar to Alexei. It's the guy with the chainsaw.
No, the guy who one-shot me.
Dude.
Yeah. He was there.
Ooh, definitely grudges.
Oh, most definitely, because that guy made me dead, and now I'm back from the dead, and I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that he's dead now.
No.
Why did I not do this?
Because reasons. You were drunk or something.
I think we time skipped so fast. My character, Alex, didn't have the chance to strike out.
You went to kill him, got distracted by a pub, and ended up waking up in a stables with horse makeup.
All the cheerleaders.
Yeah, and the horse makeup this time was just the orc's face, so it was green. And...
Oh, that's great! That's great. Yeah, all the horses look like orcs.
That'll work.
It's a disturbing habit you're starting to develop there, Alexei.
The thing is, though, that they're starting to call me by a name.
What?
This whole thing it's like a series of things happening to horses.
Yeah.
And the makeup keeps changing, but it's still makeup.
So you've kind of you've become kind of a celebrity for what you're doing.
Yes, but nobody knows it's me. Nobody knows who it is.
So it's
like a serial killer.
Horse makeup artist.
Scarlet's makeup artist, Shadow Man.
Like a serial killer.
But I don't kill. I make up people.
Yeah. I thought it's only horses, or have you started to branch out?
I am so drunk, I think they're people.
Oh, you think they are people? But I mean, the people...
If someone would catch Alexei doing it, they would hear him say stuff like, "Darling, you're going to be gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling. Darling. Yeah. Smile. Look at those big lips."
So what happens is that... this is famous that someone is doing this to the horses all the time. Yeah. And Alexei has heard about this, but then he thinks, well, that isn't me. I only do it to people. Must be someone else.
I'm not going to deny that might be what the case.
It's a copycat.
Yeah, a copycat. Oh that's so lame.
And he doesn't work horses. Who is this guy?
It's really derivative work.
Oh.
Yes. Alexei always goes to the stables, drinks a lot while trying to wait for this person, but he never shows up.
Whilst I wait, I just get stone cold drunk. And I missed him and he's done it again.
Yeah, he's amazing like that. He's very clever. Yes. All right. So, 5 teams are no longer in existence. So,
nice.
The league had 20 teams when it started, but now there's only 15 left. And 3 of the teams that have been destroyed are were relatively weak human teams. And with them no longer being a thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, there's still 5 human teams, and there's still Amazon and Bretonian team. So there's still a fair amount of humans.
With a record of 6-1-1, are we in the lead for the competition?
You're one of the top teams. I haven't rolled for the other teams, but I imagine that Lancashire Shield is probably 2nd or 3rd.
I'll roll right now. I'll just make the deciding roll right now. I think it should be like a roll d6, right?
Would you want to know what we're working on during the time skip as well?
Yeah. If you guys have stuff that you want to share.
Well, one thing I can tell you my character is doing is Siegfried has decided to work up a spell of his own. Given some time and solitude, he's decided to streamline his research process, and so he's been nose in the books, working on charts and diagrams and stuff tacked all around his room, and trying to figure out a new way to copy books, because that seems like a total waste of time to do that manually.
But the thing is, that's not working, right? Because Glur's constantly showing up, breaking down your door, trying to see if you're being assassinated.
I mean,
I've learned to work around Glurk a little bit. Yeah.
Glurk standing in the room, papers tacked all over him. All right. A spell that'll copy books. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I figured that's if there's something you want to work on, then something to make your own workflow more efficient seemed like just the thing for him. Not combat, just books.
Mm-hmm. Well, Glurk would have given his share of the money to the family, so all that's gone over there, and he would have bought back the giant. He would have gotten some people together to bring back the giant machine to hang up in the bar, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so that thing is now hanging on one of the walls.
Yeah, like bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's yeah.
Yeah, I think that Alexei would have taken the time to try and suss out what those 2 rings that he nicked off of Glurk were.
The 2 rings.
We were looting some people, and there were rings. Glurk decided that he wanted them, but I made them not have them.
And you also
totally noticed.
And you also convinced him that no, that was Carlisle actually, that the die he has on the chain is actually a magical artifact, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Yes.
So I might have tried to figure out if those were in any type of way magical or something.
The beans, right?
No, not beans. Rings.
Rings.
I got 2 unknown rings.
Oh. Right. I'm just thinking back. Did those come from the
One came from
the Dark Elves?
Yeah, one came from the Dark Elves, and the other came from one of the chests that we opened down in that tomb thingy.
Yeah. Okay, then I know. Let me see. Let's move you guys over here. So I need to check this one, but I think that neither of them is actually magical.
Damn it! I might give them back then.
No, I mean they are just rings worth
bling.
a bit of money. Yeah.
All right. Then I might give them to one of my clients. Might find a horse with a ring.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So one of the horses has a ring attached to his ear or something.
Nose ring.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a very small nose ring on a horse. Yes. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Nice stuff.
Right.
All right. So let's see. I think it's time to move on to. Oh yeah. So there are 2 teams of some importance that no longer exist, and those are the Slaves Region 2 District 2 team.
The Chaos Dwarfs?
The Chaos Dwarfs. They are no longer a thing. Good. And the Unchained team has also been destroyed.
Nice.
Obviously, you guys played a very big part in the Unchained not being around anymore. Your players injured, 5 or 6 of their players. So in the next match, they had a very tough game, and it got worse and worse and worse. So It's a sad day when the chaos gets beaten up by everyone. So
Well, they lost the favor of Khorne, and it all went downhill from there.
Yep, basically. So now I've come to a part that we are definitely going to roleplay because it involves Bill.
The
Bill
beggar.
the Beggar. Yes.
Alright.
So this is about 2 weeks until the point that we're going to play, which would make it, let's see, the 7th of Sigmarside. Yes.
It's springtime.
Yeah. It's springtime, early summer, kind of. And Bill comes to Siegfried's home one day, and Bill knocks on the door.
Siegfried opens the door, book in hand. Bill
is a bit of a shifty guy. He's looking around a bit. He says,
Looking for places to beg.
yes, he's just, you never know when he shows up and just starts begging. Okay, anyway.
Can I help you?
Yes. Please help me. Please help me. I want to become powerful. I was told that you probably could make me powerful. And I think I felt your magic used on me in person. Please, you can help me. I
Well,
want to be great.
you do know that enchanting you during a game would probably get both of us in a lot of trouble, right, Bill?
Yes, well, but I mean, maybe something more permanent. I mean, my arms are, I do a lot of push-ups, but it doesn't really help much.
You want to permanently alter your body?
Yes! Can you do that?
I might know something that can help. I've been reading up on the techniques of some of our opponents.
Just for the listeners at home, the moment that he said I might know something, that's the part where the music goes pom pom pom, and the camera zooms in on Siegfried.
It's not good. It's not good.
So just for the DM, Allard, do I already know this spell that you sent me, or?
Yes. Maybe actually it's good to go over that a little bit. So one day, about a few days ago, Siegfried was working on his magic and just studying things. And usually you can speak to Trotar, but as you were working, you asked him something, and he didn't reply. He said nothing.
Hello? I kind of need a hand here. This stuff's difficult.
Well, you look at the book, and you see that it's open on a page that you've never seen before. And there is a small note in the book which says, "Be careful. This is magic only the most powerful of mages should use."
Okay. I start studying it instantly. No care in the world.
It's like a literal invitation.
Yes. And as you are reading the spell, and you're almost done, you hear a whisper of a voice, comes from...
Is it in my handwriting?
The spell?
Yeah.
No.
But it wasn't there before. I mean...
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
It's very neat handwriting. As you have almost finished reading it, you hear a soft whisper of a voice, which sounds like the voice of a woman, who says, "Be very, very careful, Siegfried. I believe in your power. But this might be too great.
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that and study this spell because this looks awesome.
Yes.
I mean, I can actually make people stronger, tougher, better.
Yeah. It's an amazing spell. It's incredible.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's like with chaos magic, there's always a bit of unpredictable elements attached to it. But
yeah, I judging from this in a controlled setting with the proper preparations, I can control most of that.
Yeah, clearly,
I think this has a lot of potential. Yeah, I can work with this. I'm going to study this very, very thoroughly and try and make sure I know what the risks are before casting it on myself, at least. Although, okay. I think I have a relatively good first idea of just what I might be getting someone into.
Yes. So let's skip back to the day Bill has visited you. It's basically 3 days later.
Mm-hmm. You want to become better.
Yes.
You want to become stronger.
You know Durain? You know him?
Of course.
Yeah,
he's a star.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you look at him? He's like incredibly muscular. And he's like only a kid, basically.
Listen,
I mean,
Bill.
He beat me up yesterday. It was embarrassing.
Over and over.
I can probably help you, but this is not something to be considered lightly. This is not without risk.
Oh yeah, that's right. Where was it? Oh yeah. We should go to Herven, he says.
Herven? Do I know?
Yeah.
Do I
That's
know Herven?
the village that was burned, the little hamlet that was burned down.
Do I find this particular thing necessary for my ritual?
Well, I mean, you hadn't really considered it until he said it. So, I mean, perhaps you're like, why? But I don't know.
I'm more of a Sinch than a Khorne kind of guy anyway, so I don't really see the need for that.
What do you mean?
Why would you want to go to Herven?
Well, because it's quiet and there's nobody there.
Just to be sure, I'm going to go ahead and bring Glurk.
You do know that Herven, after the entire incident happened, has been abandoned. That there's basically, I mean, there might be a few stragglers, 1 or 2 people, but as far as you know, there's no one living there anymore.
Okay, so we go over to. You're staying over at the bar, right, Glurk?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go over there, and I tell Bill, "Hey, Bill, do you mind waiting outside for a moment?"
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
As he says that, I imagine like a body crashes through the window.
That sounds good.
I think he's home.
So I think it's most fun if Alexei and Glurk are both there doing rowdy stuff.
Thrown out of the window.
I mean, if that's what you want.
So sure. I can see that for the inclusiveness purposes. That's probably a better idea. All right. So
what are you guys doing inside when?
Well, Alexei just gets up and dusts himself off. I just point back into the pub. All right, Glurk, you are the strongest one. I shouldn't have doubted you, but I do think that I can outrun you. So when are we doing sprints? And I walk back in.
Did you see his legs?
I limp in.
Another drink.
True.
Hey,
Yes.
you guys.
Hey, you finally showed up for a drink. Good on you, buddy. I'm gonna get you a drink. And I walk up Sandra off to the bar.
All right, you then, Glurk. I'm gonna try something, and there's a slight risk that it might be dangerous. So I'd very much like to have some backup around.
I didn't understand a single word you just said.
Follow me.
I put down 3 beers on the table. All right.
Another drink.
Yeah, baby. Come on, Rich. Show everybody
Apparently
you're a
the
man.
bard's doing something dangerous and needs something in his back.
What?
I don't know. It
Alexei?
didn't make any sense to me either.
But it's dangerous?
Well, probably not.
Then why do you need anything on... You need backup.
Just in case.
All right. So, Glurk, what he wants is that he's going to do something that's probably going to get him killed, but he doesn't want to get killed. So he wants either you or me or both of us to make sure he doesn't get killed.
Look, I'm just trying to help Bill out, okay? He's desperate. He really,
Who's
really...
Bill?
I slapped Glurk on the shoulder. Bill the Beggar, the guy who actually caught a ball last time.
I wasn't watching.
He's doing better. Yeah.
All right. Should be fun. Come on.
All right.
Wait. Pay me.
I just bought you a beer. You're not getting any payment at all.
Not you.
Oh.
Him. If he wants a bodyguard, he needs to pay me.
Oh, that is kind of true. Pay me too.
Isn't that why you're hired to... Aren't you hired to protect me already?
I was hired to... well, my boss told me to protect you from Dark Elf assassins. And then we found out that the Dark Elves didn't hire the assassins. And as far as we're aware, right, there's no more assassins after you two?
All right.
So pay me.
I slip him a couple of gold. Can we go now?
Pay me properly. If you're hiring someone to protect your life, what you're giving me has got to be worth at least a little bit of your life, not like, well, no, maybe that's about right.
that's nice. I like that. All
right. Well, who am I killing?
Hopefully, no one.
Okay. Who am I robbing?
Just stand ready to interfere if stuff goes wrong. Okay.
I'm always ready to interfere.
All right.
Where are we going?
I'm gonna take my gold back.
No. No. Fine now.
So, we've got a little trip to Harvin, was it?
Herven, yes.
Hervin. Yeah. So we come outside. Bill's there.
Bill says, "Hey guys, are you going to help me too? Please help me. I want to become more powerful."
Pay me.
He's called the Beggar. So basically what happens now, Bill walks over to the corner of the street and starts begging for money so he can pay Glurk.
I can wait.
Please help me, Glurk. You're so powerful, your arms, they're so thick. They could probably snap me in half if you wanted to. You're so strong and I'm so weak and pathetic. Please help me.
Who the hell is this guy? I like him.
I'm Bill. Some people call me Bill the Beggar, but I want to be called Bill the Bruiser in the future.
Bill the Bruiser, I like the sound of that.
Yeah, it's got potential. Yeah, not bad.
Please help me, Glurk. He gets down on his knees and grovels at your knees. Please.
He's really eager, isn't he?
Okay, now it's getting weird.
Now it's getting weird. Cool.
All right.
So someone comes by and throws a silver piece at his feet, thinking that Bill is just begging people for money. And Bill picks it up and says, "Look, Glurk, look, this is yours."
All right.
I mean, okay. I take it.
Bill looks up at Siegfried and says, "Can he use magic too to help me?"
We'll be working as a team.
Oh, okay. Great.
I poke Glurk. I think you might have to hold on to this guy when Siegfried does his experiments.
I assumed we're taking somewhere to kill him.
Oh,
I hope not.
maybe he's gonna sacrifice him.
I think so.
So much more sense. Does Bill know?
Well, maybe it's like an execution, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you bring the axe?
Come on, the hammer.
Maybe next time.
A bit more brutal, but could work.
I mean, it works, you know? I did you hear it? I destroyed, basically by myself, that big machine thing. I've got it, it's sort of in there.
Yeah. You're right.
All right. So we travel to Harvin as a group.
Yes.
Hervin.
Yes,
And,
you travel to Hervin together, and you reach the village without any trouble. And as Bill has kind of, and you guys kind of knew this as well, there's no one in Hervin anymore. When you get there, there's one homeless person who sees you coming and thinks, "Oh, these people might be here to run me out," and he basically makes a run for it.
Okay. So, the thing
That
is,
was rude.
we're gonna try and make Bill better.
She's
And
sick.
No, well, my disease is my inadequacy. You see, look at you, Alexei. Except, well, look at you when. Let's look at Glurk.
Good call.
Glurk, he is so strong. Look at his legs. Those are some powerful legs. If he would step on me, I would break. I want legs like that as well.
I have the ability to grant Bill what he wants,
Yes,
but
make me
it comes at a risk. Dealing with the forces of chaos is never trivial. So, Bill,
Yes.
I can try to give you something simple and controlled. If the more I try to enhance your body, the bigger the risk will be that something goes wrong. And I can make it a bit less risky by not controlling exactly what happens, because, dealing with the forces of chaos and trying to keep them under your thumb is very difficult. So, I could decide by enhancing you how much to enhance you and how controlled. But if I try and do both controlled and enhanced, it will probably mostly be bad.
I'm not sure I understand, but I want all the power you can give me. Everything.
Everything.
Please, I just want to be as great as I can be. Please. Unlock everything inside of me. I'm not afraid. Look at me now, I'm pathetic. Glurk, am I pathetic?
Sure.
This guy is like a truth sayer.
He really, really wants this.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
I'm
I really need
I
this.
I walk over to Siegfried and I whisper in your ear, "This is gonna come back and bite us in the ass, isn't it?"
probably not, but you're here for a reason.
Alright, I'm gonna step back so that if something happens, I can at least do something and not be killed immediately. Right.
Right.
I
So
still have no idea what's going on.
don't
Step
worry.
back,
This
step
is
back,
this
step
is
back,
gonna
step back.
this is gonna take about an hour anyway. So since poor Bill here has made such a powerful statement of his desire, I'm willing to take the level of chaos corruption in order to increase the chances that things happen in a positive way here.
Yeah.
So as I'm preparing for the ritual, I'm
Oh,
drawing
comes
these
back to him
large diagrams on the ground, and You can see the chaos magic start to infuse me. You can see the color of my eyes and the shape of my iris starting to change. And
so far, only improvements.
of course. And you hear me chant, and you're not sure about the language, but you're pretty sure you can hear the word Tzinch every now and then, which of course you know well enough.
Yeah,
it's one of the chaos gods.
Yes,
I knew that.
The god of magic and the god of change, which seems fitting. And you can see that my eyes have taken a very bird-like appearance by now.
Yes. This ritual, by the way, takes a while, and it involves the sacrifice of an animal, which I suppose would be something like a pig or a sheep.
Oh, we'll get the homeless guy who ran off.
I'm sacrificing sheep. Absolutely.
All right. So a sheep is sacrificed, and you're busy with your ritual, and there's a great deal of magical power in the air, and even Alexei and Glurp, who are pretty confident guys, probably have a bit of reason to feel uneasy about all of this.
It's a good thing Carlisle isn't here.
Do you taste copper? Tastes like copper.
It does?
Yeah,
Yep.
just a little bit.
So while this ritual is going on, something happens. Alexei notices that a few houses away, someone is watching the ritual.
All right, I stealth over.
Well, roll a stealth check.
Oh, you got it, dude. Stealth. Where's that stealth? Ooh.
All right. By the time you get there, whoever you saw is gone.
I want to roll an investigative check.
All right.
Which might possibly be my worst thing to do.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Wow.
Well, you find nothing except one of the walls is a little bit sticky, slimy almost.
All right. Do I have like a dagger on me or something, or I don't know?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so I scrape a bit off.
All right. It has a distinct smell. You think it's fat or something like that.
All right. I grab like a piece of wood that's lying around and scrape what I scraped off my knife on there.
All right.
And I walk out and I'll just give that to Siegfried later.
All right. So the ritual is almost done.
Yeah, so for the record,
yeah.
I can give you guys the details about this spell if you're interested. What I'm going to do is I'm able to pick between 1 and 5 changes to the subject of the spell, and I can choose whether to control which changes they are, but then they'll probably be poorer ones, or choose to leave it up to Tzinch. And since Bill has asked me so very, very kindly, he will get 5 changes with no control.
So you're basically handing him over the cheats.
Well,
yes.
It might make him very, very powerful. It'll probably make him a great player.
Okay.
I'm thoroughly convinced that this is true, by the way.
Okay.
Can you describe the last part of the ritual, Sage?
Yes. So Siegfried is chanting, and you can see the buildup of magical power arising from the symbols drawn into the ground. They start to shine with light, a little mist coming up. And
I step behind Glurk and crouch.
As Siegfried's entire body seems to grow a little bit, he directs the magical forces with his hands, pushing them all into Bill, whose body starts to quiver and shake. You can see the blood of the dead sheep dragging into his skin as he begins to change.
Yes.
I like
So-
that there's no real words.
He begins to change. You see his body alter, and for a while, Siegfried knows that he has control over how the body is changing. So he can alter it, and probably makes him a bit taller, a bit
So
stronger
you
looking.
you can see his shoulders start to broaden. You can see that the imperfections in his skin are going away. He stands taller. You can see a sort of pride begin to show in his appearance, and the confidence is there. The looks are there. He looks like a proper athlete now.
Yes, and this continues for a little while, but then suddenly something changes in the air. It's like the entire wind around here changes directions, and as it does, you see that the stuff that is leaking into his body is suddenly very strongly moving in specific directions, and Bill starts screaming in agony as his body starts to go inside out, and you see bones sticking out, and teeth and eyes where they're not supposed to.
Hold
And
on.
you're
He could still be him. He could still be himself. Don't act yet.
You're all witness to a horrible transformation into a hideous creature, and he turns into a quasit. And I'll link what the quasit looks like in the chat of the group, so everyone can see it. So you can click on the link, and this is the creature that our good friend Bill turns into.
Bill, are you still in there? The spell has ended now. Bill, is that you?
Bill lets out a scream of rage and
This
madness,
could be a good or a bad thing.
and just jumps at Siegfried.
Okay, help!
All right. I roll for initiative.
Well, I think we can go through this combat, but let's roll for initiative anyway, because it might be nice to see who gets to act first, and then we'll let the person who acts first describe how this battle goes. So I think that's probably Sheep. Okay, so Sheep. We're not going to play this entire combat because it's you guys are, you're going to win this. Describe how this battle goes. This creature, is a demon, but a weak demon. The three of you together can defeat it. How do you defeat it?
I'd say probably as it kind of charges at Siegfried, I'd like jump in and start grappling it.
All right.
So instead of like immediately going for my weapon, it would be more like, hired to be a bodyguard again. So it's more protect Siegfried than immediately start killing this thing.
So you basically grab it by its tail and just pull it, wheel it in or something.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'll just jump on its back and I'm just gonna twist the horns, trying to break its neck.
All right. It is snapping its jaws at you and just clawing and trying to get at you. He probably gets in a scratch or something like that at both of you.
Yeah.
It's not really bad. I mean, it's you guys have had far worse.
Basically, I think that at least from Alexis' point of view, I might not try breaking its neck first. I might try and get it under control and just look and see if it, like, do you want to do something with this or do we just end it?
That's
I'm like, dude,
not,
make a call.
That's
just rip its head off.
That's not Bill anymore.
All right. I start pulling.
Who the hell is Bill?
That's very apt, yes. Who the hell indeed.
So I get it that Clerk holds him still and Alexei does the deed. Is that what happens?
Yeah, I think it is.
All right. So
I maybe I whisper in his ear, "Sorry, dude."
Yeah, and just twist his head or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we take the head back as like a trophy?
You can.
All right, I rip his head off.
We might need to work on the details and the level of risk we're willing to take with this spell.
Its corpse lands on the ground, and
Headless.
you the headless corpse, and the corpse begins to disintegrate.
Wait, does the head begin to disintegrate?
Yes, as well.
Ah, bollocks! Well, no offense, but you might want to stick to music and instruments.
Yeah.
I take it you
know.
guys don't want to give this a go then.
Oh no! All right. On a different note, and that's trying to really brutally, roughly change the subject that we're dealing with here. Someone was looking at us while you were doing the thing, and I went and checked, and they disappeared. But there's like a lot of fat on the wall. I thought you might want to look with your investigative things.
Well, kind of as you are discussing
know much
this,
about that.
in the door opening of the house that you are busy, a man shows up wearing sunglasses. Signorino, baby! What's this, babe? That didn't go as I expected.
Bill was very persuasive, and he begged me to do all I could, and that may not have been the most prudent course of action.
Limerick walks over to you and puts an arm around your shoulder. It's okay, babe. I know you did your best. You know, magic. It's hard to predict how it goes.
I hate this guy.
I tried.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I do it in a more controlled fashion next time.
That's probably best, babe. So, you guys took care of this well. Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Why are you here, Limerick?
Who are you?
Oh. Yeah. You must be the Glurkeister, right?
No, that's not me.
Ah.
No, that's not him. Not at all.
That's okay. That's cool. I think Glurkeister is a good name for you, though.
No.
Glurk, show the head coach some respect, please.
All right. I draw my warhammer.
Hey, babe, there's no reason for that.
Actually, the funny thing in this story is that the Warhammer might actually be called Respect.
It's probably called Mum or something like that.
Look. I thought that you guys would be able to help Bill. You know, he was desperate. And I figured, well, this might work.
It should have worked. It was probably going to work, but he wanted a lot of risk, and
I get it, babe.
It's a learning experience, okay?
There's plenty of beggars in the Risted. So, I mean,
right.
I'll do better next time, Coach.
Are we going to kidnap and torture homeless people now?
No.
Torture homeless
people.
people.
Is that where the storyline's going?
I mean,
I think Limerick might eventually fall under a spell by Siegfried here, but that's the thing that I think that might be the worst of it.
Yeah, fine with me.
Like, we're not going to do nothing like that. I mean, this incident probably proved that we should be a bit careful, right?
I will. Sure thing.
All right, babe. Keep up the good work. See you later.
So what?
Where the hell did he come from?
That's my question as well. Did you tell him you were doing this?
No, he seems to be keeping track of us pretty well.
I don't like that.
No, neither do I.
Should we kill him?
No, I don't think that would be
I
necessary.
wasn't talking to you. Should we kill him?
I was so tempted.
Yeah.
Right.
You just turned some random fan of mine into a weird ant. So, maybe go home, play the guitar a little bit or something, and
Think about what you've done.
We'll sort this out.
I will make sure I do better next time.
I mean, there are not many fans of Glurk. This guy really was. I mean, you kept admiring his arms and his legs.
I do have nice arms.
You do.
Yeah. Bill was very good at complimenting people. So yeah.
Why didn't we call him Bill the Beggar? Should have been Bill the Compliment.
I say we go home and put this night behind us.
Yeah, I would like you to look at the fat though.
Yeah, so sadly that didn't go. You know,
It was probably Limerick's hair grease.
Yeah. Actually, you look at it and you think, yeah, that's probably what it is.
Well, you did a good job finding clues. We would have had a hard time figuring out it was Limerick otherwise.
No one finds that suspicious at all.
No, this is turning out to be. Do you ever have the feeling, Glurk, that you're being played?
What do you mean?
Exactly. Let's go home.
Right.
Okay.
So once Siegfried is by himself, as you go back, you can see that his eyes still have this bird-like appearance. It hasn't gone away after the ritual was completed. And I don't know whether you want to play this out, Allard, but Siegfried is going to use this spell on himself once he's alone.
Yes, well, I mean that depends on when he wants to do that, I suppose.
Probably the next day or somewhere along those lines. It's going to be as soon as he can.
Yeah,
I
I think that probably has a lot of impact. So yeah.
So what I propose we do is we roll real quick to see what actually happens, and then we can go into a break, introduce, let Calf onto the stream, and figure out what exactly happened to Siegfried by the forces of Tzeentch.
I'm
Sounds
assuming that Sage has a different character ready just in case.
No, I've got. This was the uncontrolled version of the spell. There is a controlled version, so I've got fair confidence that I can swing through this. All right.
Yeah.
So,
it's like people coming in next week and they miss this episode. Like, who's Bob?
DM, for your information, I'm just going to pull up the spell real quick. I'm going to make 3 alterations to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have control, which means I get a -9 offset by a +11, so I get a +2. Is that right?
I think so. Yes.
All right. So I'm going to roll D30.
3 D30s. Yes.
Yes. Here's 1. Ooh, that's not good.
That's not
Here's
good.
2. That's average.
That's average, right?
So
that's good.
So
Okay.
that's one bad, 1 good, and 1 average. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. So I'm gonna take my brief break time to figure out which of the so I get to choose from a list instead of get a random one. I get to figure out which of the bad, which of the normal, and which of the good I take. Alright YouTube, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, remember to leave it a thumbs up at the bottom. And of course, if you'd like to see more videos, do check out the channel and hit subscribe on your top right.